Happy first day of fall, everyone. This is AG Forever 21 here, and I'm doing All My Dolls video. And let's start out with, let's say, about mid-1990s, when Josefina came out. My sister got a doll a few years previous, and so we're sort of familiar with American Girl. My parents wanted to get me a doll that shared my adventures. And so when she came out, they asked me which one I wanted. I said her. And since we had a couple of friends who were Hispanic, and it was really interesting to me at the time, although I also wanted Samantha, but it didn't quite happen. And she's actually wearing, right now, since it's sort of a colder season, I put them all in fall outfits. This originally came with her, well, not really, it was a Christmas present for my sister, and this I think came from my grandma either that year or the year after. And I played with her a lot. She was sort of just my favorite doll for the time. And then I tried giving up dolls for a year. Couldn't do it. That was around 2005. And I got some other dolls like the Bats Hat. I think they're originally the original Our Generations or something like that. And played with them. Played with a lot of baby dolls. And then about 2 years ago, I got word that Kirsten, that's how our family pronounced it anyway, Kirsten, potato, you pronounce it however you want to, but anyway, I heard that she was retiring. And so on the website, I wasn't sure if what I wanted to get. I was playing around with a few things, possibly adding Samantha, or Felicity. Didn't get around to that before they retired. I was really angry when they did. And then I was having trouble deciding between my AG-13 and the Biddy twins. But after wrestling with it for about a couple of months, on 4th of July 2011, I ordered Evie and John. Now these are still technically the youngest members of the AG Forever 21 family, but they're the second and third oldest for being purchased. And I got their names off of something I really liked. So John's name came from a character in a book I liked, and Evie was named after some of my family. Then a few months passed, and I put my AG-13 on my Christmas list. Didn't get her. So in January, I purchased Anna. I don't remember how I came across her name or why I did, but it was on a list and I liked it. Or possible ones that seemed to fit her. I got her to be sort of, if I was playing Star Wars or anything else, like she would be either like young Lena or Jaina or whoever from the books. And her personality is most like me. She's wearing the cozy sweater outfit, except for the boots. I put her in her slipper socks for her pajamas, since I couldn't find it. And again, since it was freezing last night, or supposed to be, I needed my dolls to keep warm. And although another doll come in between her and McKenna, they're technically twins, although I'm still trying to decide on their birthday. Like if it should be in January or if it should be in September when McKenna arrived, I'm not sure. But they're going to be turning 11 this year. And so they're starting 5th grade, starting confirmation class. And now how I got this outfit is kind of interesting. So when I worked at college, I walked everywhere. And there's this huge hill between my school and church, and on the way back they always had these trees I would pass on the way back and forth that would remind me of this cozy sweater outfit. I don't know why, they just did. And so I purchased this last Cyber Monday, and she's wearing it. And I think I'm also going to be getting the ballet outfit this year, and she's going to be partially ballerina, partially music, things like that. I'm not exactly sure that's going to turn out. And the next story is kind of interesting. As I said, one more doll came in between her and McKenna. And so about January, no, it wasn't January, it was March. A couple months later, I started flipping through the website, and I'd always wanted to get Kit. I was fascinated with my grandpa's stories of growing up in World War II and the like, and my sister had Molly, so I didn't want to get her. So I purchased Kit. But when I opened her, I noticed something different. Like, part of her hair was caught in the bottom box, and it ripped out, so I didn't play with her much. I didn't know what to do. But I eventually called American Girl and got a replacement this last May, so she was just sort of in the box and not really doing much. And so I just received her in the mail about this last early May. But I'm still putting her order of when I got the original. And she's wearing part of that party outfit from 2011. I believe it was actually the first thing I purchased from American Girl was that one and the red one. And she's wearing the jeans that I made from Liberty Jane. And she's also got her winter coat that just got retired this last year. And then this last year, I also really, really wanted McKenna because I loved watching the Olympics. And I always liked gymnastics, even though I knew I'd never be able to do it myself. And things were sort of hard to deal with at home, and I'm not going to say why, but something was up with my family. And so I purchased my American Girl. I purchased McKenna about a week before I had to head back to school. I sent her to the school address, and she arrived in September. And I have been playing around with certain listen. Sorry, my camera sort of flipped over. Got most of her stuff before she retired. Although I do regret that I didn't get her sooner, so I could have gotten her rhythmic and gymnastics outfit, and I'm not quite sure if the outlet has it or whatever, if I can find it on eBay for cheap. But I have her sweater on her from her school outfit, and the jeans I got at the Mall of America on a trip I took this last, it was like early March, where I got some more other outfits. And so she was good for a while. And then I saw the leak of Sage, the Sage pictures. And as I said originally, I don't know why I didn't get Felicity and Samantha before they retired, but I was going to, and then I just didn't. But I noticed that she looked so much like Felicity, I couldn't help myself. And besides, I figured no. At first I thought McKenna was going to be my last American Girl doll. And then I saw Sage, and I knew I had to get her. I even asked McKenna, and she told me I should. And I thought it was also fitting that my first and my last were going to be from the same state. So, I ordered her as soon as I could. I sent her to school, and I had to get there a little early because I had some sort of internship that was a part of school, and so I had to take some classes ahead of time. The door mom knocked on my door. I knew she was coming. I got the message that she had come like earlier before, but mail was not getting out. And she said she didn't see Emma, was so excited to get a package, and I showed her later. And she loved her too. Now, since I don't really have too much for Sage, I'm looking to get some of her tunic outfit and a few other things, but I mean, she isn't from a cold climate at all. So I put her in something that's so comfy. My old high school has this music fundraiser that has different, like, you can fit on baskets, things like that. And my senior year, of course, I was still into dolls a lot. And so this was like 5 years ago. And So I kept on bidding on these doll clothes that someone had made. There was the music note top with sort of a like a Chanel or some sort of material, black material for the bottoms. A few other items that I donated somewhere else, and the skirt that Sage was actually wearing in her art show stop motion. I'm still working on the series, but as I said, my dad still has to put up most of the dollhouse before I can do that, since of the format I'm doing it in. And so she's comfortable in that. I'm still trying to take care of her hair, but she's been my go-to a lot lately. And then I have one more surprise. Now, some of you might have seen the new Arrival video, I'm not sure. But I've been looking for atomically correct dolls for a while now. And I went to Toys R Us, and once they had a 15 to 20% off sale, I had to get this little girl. Now, some of her paint has rubbed off, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. So if anyone has any reboarding experience and some tips, I'd be very grateful for that. And she arrived on my great-grandma's birthday. So I named her after her. I'm not revealing that, but that's what her official name is. But as I said, like, if I've been playing, I wanted, like, baby versions of, let's say, Anna or McKenna, or, well, most of them except for Josefina, because I don't really have a Hispanic one. Then this would be her. Happy fall!